What's up, Pacers fans, and welcome to another great episode of Pacers Daily right here on Fan Arch. I'm your host, Brandt McCoskey. Excited to be here with you today. As always, a ton to get into. First things first, happy Tuesday, Pacers fans. I hope your week is off to a great start. Shout out to all of our listeners, our subscribers, our followers, our commenters. I appreciate every single one of you, Pacers Daily fans. Fans of Pacers basketball, every single one of you. We would not be the same show without you. So thank you for all you do for the show as well. Amazing fan comments from yesterday's show. Let's get into those. At Ponzo1967, I spent 50 years in Indiana. I have never seen anything like this flooding. Stay safe, Hoosiers. We look forward to seeing you overcome this disaster and getting back to supporting your Indiana Pacers who are supporting you through this crisis. Atlanta is going to be a pain. Cleveland won't go down easy. The Pistons will be trying to take us out. Orlando can be dangerous when they're fully healthy. Then there is Boston, New York, Philly, Toronto, and whoever the surprise team of the East is this year. This could be the most satisfying year to win a championship we've had so far. I love that comment. Yes. I mean, we talked about how stacked this Eastern Conference is, and you just named it. All of these teams plus who the surprise team could be, right? Could it be in Atlanta? You know, who else, right? Who else could it be? So, so many teams are right there. I mean, could the Wizards make some noise, right? They've got DeBonsa now. They've got a decent little crew going there in DC. So yeah, it could be a completely surprise team that we know of, and to win a championship this season when the East is as stacked as it is would be extremely satisfying. So appreciate the comment. At Linda Pedigo 5855, what's up, Linda? This may be out of left field, but I think the Celtics could be a problem. Robinson's offensive rebounds were hard to overcome in 24-25 New York Knicks series. Of course, Zoo is a better rebounder than Turner, so we will see. It's not talked about a lot, but the hack-a-shack strategy on Robinson doesn't pay off well with the Pacers because it interrupts the Pacers' fast style of play. Yes, it does. Of course, George, as a backup for Tatum, could be a challenge as well. Also, the Celtics swept the Pacers in 24-25, even though they said the Pacers gave them more grief than any other team in the playoffs. Yeah, that Celtics-Pacers series was so depressing because we were in every single one of those games and we lost it in the fourth quarter. We could not close out games for the life of us in that series, unfortunately. So you hate to see it, but yeah, you're right. The Celtics are always a problem. They're going to be a problem for this Pacers squad, especially if Jason Tatum is fully healthy. They do have Paul George now. They've got a great team in Boston. They really do. So, and no, hack-a-shack doesn't work. It absolutely doesn't. We are an up and down the court, get back in transition, counterattack as much as possible. Yeah, that's what we like to do. So yeah, it could be a problem. Those Celtics, those pesky Celtics. At Debbie Considine 1149. What's up, Debbie? Not going to give a specific answer to this one. I think we actually can hold our own when the core players are older veterans because of our faster pace. But teams with a younger and more agile core will be an issue. I know Joel Embiid dominates us, but there's a good chance he won't play every game against us because he has always been injury prone. This is true. I don't think we will finish at the top of the Eastern Conference, but I think we can get a play-in spot or maybe a 5 or 6 seed if we are really good. With Rick Carlisle's coaching experience, I think we can at least make some type of postseason run next year. If we don't get a television broadcast provider to replace FanDuel, people can at least listen to games through the 107.5 The Fan app. I did that when FanDuel was being wonky, and I enjoyed listening to the broadcast. Yes, the radio broadcasts are absolutely amazing for the Indiana Pacers. They do a brilliant job. So that is definitely an option. At Pop1776, Philly looks great on paper. Chance of them hitting the playoffs healthy is slim. They'll try to protect their aging stars, which will compound pressure on their depth. With extended minutes and compounding injury concerns all around, I'll speculate they'll be without Embiid and another semi-important player by season's end, leaving us at least equal on the floor and with depth to wear them out. A guy can hope. Yeah, you're right. I mean, Philly's track record is not great. The fact that they, took Boston out in a 7-game series, a Jason Tatumless Boston Celtics in Game 7, But nonetheless, they go on and they play the New York Knicks and get swept. So really, I mean, the 76ers track record of staying healthy is very, very slim. That doesn't mean it won't happen this year, right? But at the same time, Joel Embiid's, injury history is a mile long, so we can't really have much optimism for him if you're a 76ers fan. So yeah, they look really, really stacked on paper. Can they stay healthy? Can they build that chemistry? Can they put it all together? That's still yet to be seen. So, great comment from everybody. Love the comments from all of you. Let's get into the meat of it because we do have quite a bit to get into today when it comes to our Pacers, which is great. Some exciting stuff going on. Braden Smith and the Indiana Pacers have officially signed a two-way deal together after being selected with the number 38 overall pick in 2020 in the 2026 NBA draft. The Purdue Boilermaker finally makes the deal official 2 months later. So during the second round of the 2026 NBA draft, the Pacers landed a deal with their division rival, the Bulls. The Blue and Gold sent the two second-round pick swaps and Cam Jones to the number 38 overall pick in the 2025 NBA draft for the rights to Braden Smith. It was on that night that Dustin Dopirak of the Indy Star reported the news that Smith would sign on a two-way deal. This would open up much needed financial flexibility for the Pacers this offseason and allow them to make a handful of moves. It wasn't just financial why Indiana made this move. Pacers GM Chad Buchanan shared that the team was high on the Purdue standout at his post-draft media availability. Chad said this: Braden has a competitive edge, competitive will that is very hard to put a value on. He's always won. I talked to Coach Painter about him, and the biggest thing he says is he impacts winning, which is really the best quality you could ask for. He's tough. He loves the game. High basketball IQ. He's overcome a lot of challenges, and this will be the biggest challenge he's faced. So Smith, obviously a massive standout guard, played all 4 seasons with Purdue, leads the entire NCAA in total assists with 1,103 overall. He was a terrific leader for their team, and despite the challenges he faced by being a shorter guard and having a smaller frame, it did not impact the level of success the team was able to find with him as their go-to guy. So Buchanan also said this: all these second rounders have something they have to overcome. For him, it's going to be his size. We're betting on his toughness. We're betting on his IQ. We're betting on his will to win. The Westfield High School guard was named Indiana Mr. Basketball in 2022 and understands that his size will always be a challenge to overcome. During his pre-draft workout with the Pacers, he acknowledged that by saying, size has always been an issue, and I've always found a way around it. So, during the 5 games for the Pacers Summer League team, Smith did struggle to score the basketball, but was solid in finding his teammates. He scored 34 points on 9 of 34 shooting, went 5 of 17 from 3, dished out 35 assists, gathered 22 rebounds, had 8 steals, and committed 14 turnovers. So, not the scoring that you would want, right? But his assist number is fantastic. And watching Braden Smith. So Braden Smith was at Tyrese Halliburton's camp this summer, back in June. And the way that he was building that chemistry with Ty and Obi. They were having a lot of fun together. He was great to watch. And really, I'm excited for this. I'm very excited for Braden Smith. I'm excited to see what he can do, not only with the Pacers main squad, but obviously with the Noblesville Boom. That's where he's going to be starting. That is going to allow Braden Smith to grow and develop as a player. He's going to be able to learn the pace that we play with. And obviously the NBA is a much faster speed as well than college, but really the way that Pacers play, it's like we have a level of our own when it comes to that. So for Braden to be able to hone in on that, learn under Rick Carlisle, learn under TJ McConnell, Ty, Andrew Nimhard, those guys, he's learning from some of the best in the league. He's learning from one of the greatest coaching minds to ever do it in Rick Carlisle and the rest of the coaching staff, who is fantastic. So I see nothing but upside for this move. for Braden Smith and the Indiana Pacers. Now, how long will it take for Braden Smith to get up to the main team? That is yet to be determined, but I'm excited to head over to the Riverview Health Arena at Innovation Mile in Noblesville, just down the road from here, to watch some Braden Smith basketball later this year. So, no, excited for him, excited for the Pacers. I'm glad they finally got the job done, the deal done, and that way we can all get to work. But yeah, it's a really cool opportunity for Braden Smith, being a local kid, absolutely shined at Purdue, and then to get into the league and hopefully make some noise in the league too. So good for Braden Smith, good for the Indiana Pacers. Exciting stuff all around for everyone involved. And Hallie has some new teammates that he is looking to build some chemistry with and get on the right footing. So Tony East had a great article on Forbes.com. In that article, he has Hallie talking about his new teammates that he'll be playing with for the first time. And so, it will also be the first time he puts on a Pacers uniform alongside some new teammates. This offseason, Indiana added both Kelly Oubre Jr. and Larry Nance Jr. in free agency, and Zoo was traded to the franchise back in February. Halliburton has yet to play with any of them. Nance and Oubre will be new for everyone, but Zoo, who projects to start at center this season, did get some court time for the blue and gold last year. Hallie shared that he has yet to practice with Zoo this offseason, but isn't concerned about that reality. In his eyes, they're both smart players, and Halliburton will make sure they're always on the same team during 5-on-5 settings during training camp so they can build chemistry. Hallie had this to say: I've never played with the screen setter like this. I've never played with a roller like this. So I'm really looking forward to it, and I think it's going to be a lot of fun. Oubre and Nance are the two newest Pacers, at least on standard contracts, and Oubre in particular is a major addition. He projects to be a key reserve for Indiana this season and can play multiple positions. The Pacers off-ball guard/wing group is now filled with Nesmith, Nembhard, Oubre, Walker, and Shepard. That's solid depth, and Oubre's size is a meaningful addition to that crew. He has averaged over 11 points per game in every season since 2017-18, while gradually improving as a shooter and a defender. Halliburton has connected with Oubre before, as they both work with the same trainer, Drew Hanlon. They've worked out and lifted together in the past, so there's already some familiarity there as Oubre joins the Pacers. Halliburton had this to say: he's a guy who has definitely been annoying for me to go against throughout my career, so I'm excited for him to be on our side. Halliburton began when sharing his opinions on Oubre. I think that he adds a lot to us on both sides of the ball, but specifically defensively, being able to take on different challenges. Halliburton pointed to the wing depth of the Eastern Conference continuing to improve as a reason that the Oubre addition is so vital to the Pacers. You're going to need multiple guys to throw at all these good players, and I think Kelly fits right in with that group. Larry, this is what he had to say about Larry Nance as well. Larry, who's been in the league for a long time, I think he's really going to be able to help with our front court depth. So that was from Tyrese Halliburton. Great article there by Tony East. If you're not following Alex Golden, if you're not following Tony East, you got to follow these guys. They come out with great articles all the time, and they have great coverage for our Indiana Pacers. And so this really brings me to my question of the day. But before that, like, when it comes to Ty playing with these new guys, if anybody's going to build chemistry quickly, it's going to be Tyrese Halliburton. He's going to make sure that he and his guys are locked in, right? He's going to make sure that he and his guys are working together. Like he said, he's going to make sure that he and Zoo are on the same 5-on-5 team during training camp to make sure that they can build that chemistry, get on the same page. And really, I love that combination of Zoo and Hallie. I'm really, really excited about it. I love Oubre coming off the bench, helping out. It's going to be a lot of fun. And so my question of the day for today is: how long do you think it's going to take for Braden Smith to make his first appearance with the main team? Not starting for the main team, his first appearance. So how long do you think it's going to take for Braden Smith to make his first appearance with the main team? So for me, I think he makes his first appearance for the main team before Christmas. I think he'll get called up on like a second night of a back-to-back that's here locally to give either Ty Nemhard or TJ some rest. I think getting him as many reps as possible with this main squad is going to be very important. It could be before it could be before Thanksgiving that he gets his first run with the main squad. But my guess is before Christmas that he'll get some run. But yeah, the more reps he can get with the main team, the better. That way, he can start to build that chemistry with these other guys. But you will see him a lot at the Riverview Health Arena at Innovation Mile in Noblesville with the Noblesville Boom G League squad. You'll see him quite a bit there. My friend Aaron Pittman, the PA announcer for the Noblesville Boom, is very, very excited as well. For that, he had a post on social media yesterday about it. So exciting stuff all around for the Pacers, for the Boom, all over the place. Hallie's got new teammates. Braden Smith is now official. Great stuff today right here on Pacers Daily. So really, let me know what you think, though. Let me know what you think when it comes to Braden Smith. You can message me on Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter, obviously the YouTube comments as well, wherever you can get a hold of me, however you can get a hold of me. I can't wait to hear from all of you, and I will go through as many of those comments on tomorrow's show as possible. So for Jason, Oliver, and Isaac back in New York, I appreciate everything that you guys do for the show. Again, I am Brandt McCoskey. I love doing this show every day. This has been another great episode of Pacers Daily on FanArch, and I will talk to all of you tomorrow. Take care, everybody.